Hello, and welcome to the Legal Brief, where we talk about all things law school. Today, we're going to talk about the process of applying to law school. If you're thinking about pursuing a legal career, you're in luck, because today we're going to make this process as fun and lighthearted as possible. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. The first thing you need to know is that applying to law school is not for the faint of heart. It requires time, effort, and a whole lot of coffee. But don't worry, you can do this. The first step is to research different law schools and find the ones you believe are a good fit for you. Ask yourself these questions: what are my career goals? What type of law do I want to practice? This list of schools should be strategic. Pick a couple of options that you may not be quite qualified for, but want to gamble on. Pick some schools close to home and far away depending on your preference. Also, consider schools specializing in specific areas of law you are interested in. Once you have a list of schools, start your applications as early as possible. You don't want to be that person who's frantically filling out applications at midnight the day before they're due. This can hinder your chances of being accepted. Spots fill up quickly and schools are more selective at the end of the application cycle because spots are limited. Not only does it become more difficult to be accepted, it can drastically reduce the scholarship amount you can receive as well. The reason for this is funds dry up quick. Scholarship funds are given on a first-come first-served basis. It is extremely important to get your applications in as early as possible to have the best odds at getting accepted and getting a larger scholarship amount. Next, you'll need to take the LSAT. This is the law school admission test, and it's one of the most important parts of your application. I won't lie to you, it isn't the most fun thing to do. There is a lot of pressure on a prospective law school student to do well on this test. The LSAT covers reading comprehension, logic games, and analytical reasoning. A perfect score on this test is a 180, and you want to get as close to that score as possible to be more competitive. You should look at the average LSAT scores for the schools you are considering to see what score you need to get to be a competitive applicant. Once you have the average LSAT scores, practice. Study hard and take practice tests to prepare yourself. And remember, if at first you don't succeed, try again. But don't forget to take breaks and enjoy life too. Speaking of enjoying life, law schools love to see applicants who have done more than just study. So, make sure to include any extracurricular activities on your application, like volunteering, internships, or even playing on a sports team. And finally, don't forget to submit your transcripts from your undergraduate institution. They want to see your academic history and how you performed in your courses. You do not need to have a specific major to get into law school. You could major in art, philosophy, biology, and so on. What really matters is your GPA. Pick a major that you find interesting, not overly difficult, and try to get as close to straight A's as possible. While you can get into law school with under a 3.0 GPA, your LSAT will need to be much higher to balance the lower GPA out. Even then, it still may limit the schools you can get into because the T25 schools from Yale to state schools such as Florida State School of Law are extremely competitive. They all have applicants with 4.0s and 170 plus on the LSAT, so a high GPA and high LSAT score is critical to set you up for success. So, try your best to get good grades, but also, remember to have some fun along the way. And there you have it, folks. The process of applying to law school in a nutshell. So, remember, take your time, be organized, and enjoy the process as much as possible. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be sitting in a courtroom, arguing your case like a boss. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.